Hello everyone, this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands. And today we are taking a look at this brand new Fender Stratocaster, limited edition Fender Stratocaster. This is the Fender 70th anniversary Antigua Stratocaster in an Antigua burst finish. So this model has been released in order to commemorate the birthday of the Fender Stratocaster, which was first introduced in 1954, so 70 years old already. Time really flies. And yeah, obviously this very model has changed music forever. And so yeah, the folks at Fender have then decided to revamp this model, which is kind of based off of a late 1970s Fender Stratocaster, in this really cool and unique Antigua burst finish. So this color slash finish was first introduced in 1977 and had then been in production up until like the early 1980s, if I'm not mistaken on that. And what is also really cool about this particular model is that it is a hardtail. So we don't have a trem, because if I flip it over, we just have a string through construction that you would also find on a Fender Telecaster. So that is very cool to see. You rarely nowadays really find a Fender hardtail Strat, especially in this price range. So again, very cool to see. So yeah, a super cool Strat with some really cool and top-notch specs. So let's dive into those. We've got an alder body underneath this Antigua finish. Also the pickguard has been given that same Antigua finish, so that is also very cool to see. You rarely see that on Fender guitars, that the pickguard is also done in a unique type of finish. We've got just your traditional Fender Stratocaster layout when it comes to the pickups. So these are three Fender vintage style 1970s single coil Strat pickups, also designed for this very model, so that is very cool. Just your volume and tone layout when it comes to the controls. 5-way pickup selector switch, input jack over here on the front, and then again your hardtail bridge, which is also intonatable. We've got a maple neck with a real rosewood board with the acrylic pearloid dot inlays. As for the profile, this is a 1970s U-shaped neck. It is kind of like on the thin to medium size. I would personally not say that this is very much a U profile, as in that it does feel really nicely rounded. When I think of a U-shaped neck, I also think of like more shoulder, and I don't really feel that on this. So I would say that a C shape or a C in the name would also be well put, but very comfortable neck nonetheless, plays incredibly nicely. And it also just looks really cool, also with that walnut skunk stripe. We've got a Graphtec nut, then your bullet truss rod over there on the face of the headstock, also very reminiscent of the 1970s. Also another thing that is very much 1970s style is that we've also got a 3-bolt neck plate construction. So very cool to see. Also then with those letterings embossed on there, 70th anniversary Stratocaster 1954 to 2024. So very cool to see. Also got your bigger style Fender headstock. And then we have got a made in Ensenada decal on the back, which just basically means made in Mexico. So that is definitely a first to see. I've never seen that on a Fender Mexican Strat or a Fender Mexican model. So that is definitely a first for me to see. I've never seen that on a Fender Mexican guitar, but yeah, again, it just means that it is made in Mexico, because that is the place where the plant is located at. But yeah, that is rather unique. We also then get the really cool Fender embossed tuners, also very much reminiscent of the 1970s. Then your dual string trees over here. And then the last thing to mention, we also get a really sweet hard shell case. So you really get the full package with this one. So yeah, this is just all in all a killer Fender Stratocaster with a really cool and unique look, thanks to that Antigua finish. And it also just plays and sounds rather killer. So let's get to that part. But first, if you're interested in this Fender Antigua Strat for the 1970th anniversary, for the 70th anniversary. So So yeah, let's get to that part. But first, if you are interested in this Fender limited edition Antigua Strat, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of cool electrics like these, or cool like acoustics, bass guitars, amplifiers, even all of that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's see what this Fender Antigua Strat limited edition sounds like. I'm going to be playing it through the 1966 Fender Super Reverb. First going to be playing you the clean tones, then I'll be playing you the dirty tones, for which I'll be using this MXR Duke of Tone overdrive / distortion pedal. So let's get to that part and take this killer Strat for a spin.